Rich Mill doesn't like my job. Her big party made me cry, and she tried to get my husband to leave me, but I convinced her to wear my work clothes to her golden child's wedding. This is 24F, and I really need help. I'm writing this in the hopes that someone can help me. He is 26 years old, and I've been married to him for 3 years. Andrew works at a restaurant, and I'm a waitress at a diner in my area. I wish I could say our marriage has been great, but my Mill Gloria F. 50 is awful for our dating and marriage years. Besides that, I'm 19 weeks pregnant right now. Okay, I'm really sad right now. I always cry when Gloria talks badly about me and puts me down all the time. Grace and I never had a good time together. She also doesn't like that I work at a diner and only make minimum wage because she is very rich. She always tells me I'm making things hard for Andrew by saying things like, I should make more money to help Andrew feel better. Andrew also works in a diner and makes some money there. We're not as wealthy as she is. Still, we make it work. Gloria doesn't get how stressful she is for both of us. Gloria always made the most money for her family for some reason. He and his little brother Michael, M25, were also raised by her alone. It looks like Andrew's dad stopped being involved soon after they had the boys. She got a divorce and sold him for a lot of money. Since then, they haven't heard from him. I believe it was because Gloria was too focused on herself for him to handle. Anyway, Gloria is very proud of how hard she works and how she is a single mom. That she thinks I should give my small family more money, just like she did. I hate how much she only cares about money and how she looks. Gloria always says nice things about Deborah, and I'm like her perfect son Michael. Deborah is 23 years old. She thinks Michael is great because he's a great person, even though he's a rich doctor. He put me in touch with Andrew and has been my friend for a long time. Deborah is great, according to Gloria, because she helps kids with cancer as an intern. I just give people their food without thinking about it. She is also very pretty. Her skin is as soft as a baby's and her hair is long and blonde. While I have dark hair that is cut short, dark eyes and spots on my face. She always calls Deborah the daughter she never had, but I'm just the girl Andrew picked out. Gloria thinks that Michael and Deborah are the most perfect match. She says, I should try to be more like them. I told Gloria I was pregnant, and she said, oh, while Deborah is saving children's lives, you will be busy messing up your child's life. Who says that? Even though I try very hard to be nice to Gloria and make her happy, she always says mean things to me. Andrew even told me what Gloria's best flowers were so I could give them to her as a Mother's Day gift. But no matter what I do, she always finds something wrong with what I give her. This makes me look like in a bad light. There it is. I just can't make Gloria happy. Gloria has disliked me ever since I started going out with Andrew. When we first started dating, Gloria didn't like it when I told her I worked at a diner. After our first date, Andrew told me that Gloria had set him up on a secret date with her best friend's daughter right after we met. The other girl worked in an office and had a nice deal that paid well. Still, I can't believe she would try to pull off that kind of stunt. We are meant to be together. But it's clear she only wants money and power, and I don't live up to her high expectations for her son and her family. I had one of the worst nights ever last night with Gloria. It made me feel bad and made me cry, and I'm still mad about it today. Gloria has been planning her big, fancy party to celebrate leaving early for a while now. She worked 14-hour days at a printing house 7 days a week to make this happen. It was her way of showing off that she could retire more than 10 years early, at age 50. The party was going to be very fancy. We were only invited to her party because Andrew was there when she asked Michael and Deborah to come. She loves Andrew, don't get me wrong, but this woman has no feelings for me at all. I think she asked me to come because she had to. Andrew was told exactly where the event would take place, when it would happen, and what we should wear when she invited us. I didn't like that we were told to look fancy and rich instead of normal and homely. But we did a good job getting ready. I saved some of my pay and bought a fancy dress. Andrew, on the other hand, got a nice suit and tie. We definitely looked the part. We thought we had everything figured out, but I was dreading the party. I didn't want to go. One reason is that I don't like being with other people. Second, Gloria really scares me. I have no reason to go to a party where everyone is bragging about how great they think they are. I had to work the day shift at the diner like I always do, because of the party yesterday. Andy and I met there after work. I was going to do my hair and makeup before work my shift, and then change and get ready at work before going to the venue. I planned to make it to the party, even though I didn't have much time between my shift and it. Like always, I went to work, but this time I did my hair and makeup a little better. After work, I went back to my car to get my dress and shoes, and then went back to work to put them on. I didn't want to go to the party, but I dressed up and tried to have fun for once. When I took off the dress cover and pulled the dress up, I was surprised. It didn't fit. While I was shopping for the dress a few weeks ago, it no longer fits me since I'm 19 weeks pregnant. I was scared and thought about what I could do. There was nothing else to do. My house was too far away for me to get another dress. I didn't have time to go get another one. I didn't know what to do because time was running out. I also have brain fog from being pregnant. That's why I had to go to the party in clothes from work. That stupid black dress I wore to a diner. When I got there, I cried because I knew what I was going to get. Making up got all over my face while I cried, which made me look even worse. Andy and Michael were already there when I got there. Michael laughed it off and seemed to get it when I told them what happened, but Andrew was mad at first. It helped him understand a little more when he saw that my makeup was smudged from crying. He told me everyone would be glad to see me. I put up with it and went to the event with Andrew and Michael because he made me feel better. I felt bad about my choice as soon as I walked in. All of the other women were wearing ball gowns with lace, crystals, and needlework on them. Even with the dress I picked out, it would have been tough to hide. The first thing people did was look, point, and whisper to each other. I'm sure I heard someone laughing, and I know it was at me. It hurts so much. Being in a little black dress with white trim made me feel bad. I did nothing. It was getting really clear to me how bad it was, even though I knew it was bad. Gloria yelled at us and pulled us into the hall of the venue not even 5 minutes after we got there. She was shocked when I told her I looked worse than her maid. She really does look like a maid. I was brave to show up dressed like that, she told me. All of her rich friends were shocked and asked me why I was dressed that way. She heard one woman ask for help because it was so bad. She needed to know where my ball gown was. I told her what took place and why it didn't make sense. Then she laughed and said, "Oh, you're such a joke, I forgot my name tag." So she tore it off and said, "Look at me, I'm Kate," which made me laugh. I'm really sorry. I'm so poor that at a fancy party I look like a maid. Why should people feel bad for me? I work at a diner and don't make much in an hour. Don't worry that I can't pay for this baby, my mother-in-law will, as she always does. It made her mad that she was so rude to say such hurtful things to me, and it made me mad that she was so ashamed. I began to quietly cry because I didn't know what to say after being called those things. What are you going to say about that? She then yelled at us to leave and ran back to her party before I could write anything. Because I was mad at myself and her, my husband and I left the party. I don't think anyone, not even Andrew, would want me because of her. We hugged outside the building and I couldn't stop crying. That was it, we were no longer together. I cried all the way home. I felt bad that I didn't speak up for myself after hearing what Gloria said to us at the place. It felt like an attack in every way, and I'm so hurt and confused now. I don't understand what she means when she says she'll help me out. She has never spent a dime on us or the baby I'm having. Also, I'm not going to ask her for help ever. Today, one day after the party, Gloria keeps calling and texting us to say how rude we were. Mostly I for the most part. I was making her look bad, and she told me that we were now the talk of the town. She told them to talk about how fancy her party was instead of how cheap the guests were. She also says over and over that Michael and Debra look great and that they think I shouldn't have come dressed that way. She also told me I might have been able to fit into my dress if I didn't pick at my food at the diner. Right now, the only things that make me feel normal are being with my husband and looking forward to having my child. My husband agrees with me that his mother is bad, but he doesn't want to talk to her anytime soon. Because I know Gloria is sneaky, I'm afraid she'll get him to leave me. She always knows what to say to make him lean against me, but I think it's because I'm pregnant and feeling too emotional. Also, I wish He would tell his mom how mean she is to me. Not sure what I want to achieve by putting this out there. I guess all I need is help handling this kind of person. The party night is all I can think about because I'm so stressed out about this. Also, Gloria's constant texts are not helpful. I really need help, so please give it to me. I haven't written here in a while, so I'd like to thank everyone for their help. Not much better since I last wrote this, so I thought I'd let you know. I went to therapy soon after writing my post because my husband wasn't listening when I needed to talk about how I felt. Even though I know it must be hard for him, he tries to be there for her but still loves his mom. It hurts them both. It's good to be able to talk to a doctor because she was being mean to me. Gloria laughed when Greg told her that I was in therapy and told me I must be crazy if I was. Through treatment, I've learned that Gloria hurts and harms me. My doctor is trying to figure out how to help me deal with the stress Gloria gives me. I do have some sad but good news about that though. I went into labor early and gave birth 6 weeks early because Gloria was making me stressed. Drew had to miss work for almost a month because the baby had to stay in the NICU. Things are fine with me and the baby. He only planned to be off for a few days during the birth, which made it hard for us to pay our rent and buy formula for the baby. We didn't have anyone to turn to when things got tough. He had to ask Gloria for money because of this. I didn't want to ask Gloria for money, but I need to feed my baby and make sure we have a place to live. I didn't know what else to do. At the party that night, what she said about always having to bail us out stands out, and I think about it all the time. I'm really sorry, but I had no choice. Because Gloria was so scared, I didn't ask Andrew what she said when she gave him the money. What she said to me last time she picked us up from the hospital a few days ago still makes me mad. You likely wouldn't have had that baby so early if you weren't living off of diner food that was left over. What you said made my blood boil. I talked to my therapist today, and she told me that the stress of having Gloria is probably why I went into labor early. She's making me very angry and stressed out. Now that Gloria is here, I want to stick to being a good mom to the baby and forget about her. Because she was born so early, she doesn't have good health. Which makes things hard for Andrew and me. The thoughts about Gloria that keep coming back are hard to ignore because we have so many problems all the time. She's making my life hard. My kid is sick because of her. When I'm done with treatment, I'll try to let you know what's going on. I hope that things will get better with Gloria if I can get better. I don't know what to do anymore. Second news, she tried to end my marriage. Hey everyone, I haven't written anything in a while. It's been really hard these past few months. After a short time, my treatment changed into counseling for couples, which made my husband and I fight about Gloria all the time. Andrew finally told us what was going on in a meeting. Gloria will have to pay for what she did, I promise. That means I should start at the beginning. Andy stopped helping out around the house and changing nappies soon after we got our baby girl home from the hospital. He was also no longer talking to us. When I told my therapist about it, she told Andrew to come in and help us figure out what was going on. Drew wouldn't talk to me at our first meeting, so we didn't get anywhere. In our second meeting, Andrew began to cry and told us things about Gloria that he had been keeping from her for years. First, Gloria has always given Andrew money while we've been together. She even bought him the car he drives to work. Second, Gloria made Andrew an offer not long after the baby was born. When he left her and the child, she told him she would buy him a house and give him a lot of money as proof. She even gave him divorce papers as proof. She told him things would get better and she would help him discover a new wife. Since we've been having a bad time for a long time. He cried, but he said he wouldn't go through with it. Aside from that, he said he had been so cold lately because Gloria's offer made him feel so stressed. She told us that Gloria is clearly out to get us to fight with each other and that she is very dangerous. She also tried to get Gloria to come to class with us. That's not what Gloria said. She told the therapist that she's not crazy and doesn't need therapy like I do. In the time since therapy, Andrew has been very helpful, and he is now helping me with the baby. Since Gloria made us have a baby early, I think the worry was making us sick as well. My baby is sick. She has a food tube that costs a lot of money, and we take her to the doctor a lot. Gloria has sometimes messed up my life and the life of my baby. We shouldn't have to deal with it. Gloria is telling me to have a baby early, and all the mean comments are too much for me to handle. They are getting married next month, and I want it to be the best wedding ever. Gloria will know what's coming to her because I'm going to make her look bad. I just hope I have the guts to carry out my plan. Careful. 3. I have good news and bad news for you. Let's start with the good news. Michelle and Michael got married last week, and I had a bad plan for Gloria to thank her for all she's done for me. The cost of Michael and Deborah's wedding was pretty high because they both worked at the hospital. Gloria, of course, bought a dress for the wedding that cost a lot of money to match that price. Also, that cost more than my yearly rent. That her dress was so cute, this wedding was so special, and it would be so much better than mine and Andrew's, of course. She knows how to make me feel bad. Everyone was dressed to the nines and looked beautiful when we got to the wedding. The wedding venue was very fancy, and the service went very smoothly. As Michael and Deborah kissed to seal the deal, doves flew away. That dress looked just as pricey as Gloria said it did. She was thrilled to wear it, trying to avoid being seen with Deborah. I don't agree with Deborah, but I thought Gloria was so rude when she tried to get her attention. She also said I looked old in my dress, which I had meant to wear to her big party months before. That was hard for me to take because I had just given birth. It was time to make things right. I got my red wine out at the gathering and walked over to Gloria as if I were going to start a conversation. As I walked towards her, it looked like I tripped and spilt dark red wine all over her lavender dress. She was very angry. I broke her dress, she told me, and I had to pay to get it fixed or buy a new one. She also said it was my fault and that she couldn't go out that night in a dress that was covered in wine. I told her in a calm voice that I had brought an extra dress in case the baby had spit up on me, and it was in the car. We were about the same size. So I told her she could wear that dress since it was flowy. The only reason Gloria agreed to wear the dress was because she really wanted to go to the rest of the party. We met in the venue's bathroom. It was my own dinner dress. She said I looked worse than her maid in my dress at her big party months ago. That wasn't something I wanted to wear. No, she said. After being pushed for almost 30 minutes, Gloria finally put on the dress. She said it was just because her dress was dirty and she had to go to the wedding. After the party, it was time to talk. In my diner dress, I took a shot of Gloria giving her speech while she was on stage. I put the picture and explanation on social media and asked people to help me with it. Gloria felt so bad about herself at the dinner that she stopped trying to steal the show from Deborah. When Deborah came over to me near the end of the night, she thanked me for letting her shine on her huge night. Thanks to everyone who wrote a nice message. This is my last post. What should I do next? I don't know, but it's nice to finally have someone agree with me that my mill is crazy.